Welcome into another episode of Inside the Charge, where we feature our athletes off the field. We're also talking a little bit of football here today because we've got running back Ty Johnson joining us. We're going to talk merch, we're going to talk vibes, we're going to talk music and everything. It's going to be a great episode. All right, Ty, thanks for joining us on today's episode of Inside the Charge. It's been a fun start to the season for you. You've been involved in a lot. And when I think about your involvement in the offense so far this season, you had some big plays. What type of wrinkle do you add to the offense?
It's a very bland response, but it's like just a spark. I mean, off of limited opportunities, just producing, trying to make a big play. That's it. Like, they call my number, I'm like, hey, I'm here, let's go. So that's it. Just having the patience and really just knowing the playbook inside and out, and being able to talk to Josh about protections and stuff, talk to Joe, Coach Chrome, Skip, about all those things, just really scheme. So it's really all has came to fruition with all of it, realistically.
You mentioned limited opportunities. What type of mindset do you have to have going into the game when your number is called? Because hey, I might only get a few of these in this game.
Really, it's just the preparation, understanding, okay, when I get called, do I know what I'm doing? And that's really it, and then execute. So prepare all week and then just execute when the time comes. There's nothing to ever be nervous about or get in my head about or anything, or have any type of fear that I'm going to have a mistake. It's really just, do I know my playbook? Do I know the scheme this week? Yes. What else there is to do except execute?
The conversations that you have with offensive coordinator Joe Brady or quarterback Josh Allen, what do those look like throughout a game week to make sure come game time we're all on the same page, we're Gucci, we're ready to go?
It's really simple, it's just asking certain questions with certain looks and be like, hey, are we thinking this, or we might adjust to this? They're like, nah, we're going to do this. And I was like, cool, that's all I need to know. They don't have to make it complicated. You know what I'm saying? This is realistically, it's a very simple game. It's a kid's game. You know what I'm saying? We're blessed to make a king's ransom, but it's a really simple game, so let's keep it simple and play.
You spoke about not having any fear when you're out there. Is that something that you've grown accustomed to since you've been in the NFL since 2019, or is that something that you had to learn about?
Definitely had to learn about, for sure. Obviously, I started out in Detroit, being a rookie, kind of being under that regime at that time. I was always just uptight and nervous, so I was just like, I don't want to make a mistake. And then obviously, being with the Jets the next 3 years after that, just definitely learned to just play, because when I play and I'm me, that's when I play my best. So it really comes down again to the preparation all week. If I paid attention to meetings, I paid attention at practice, then what else is there to do other than have fun and go play?
Right. So you get to play alongside James Cook and Ray Davis, two other running backs in that room, as well as a few others in that group too. How fun is it to get to play alongside guys like Cook and Davis?
No, it's great, because Jimbo's going to cook, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let James cook. So it's cool, man, seeing him, grown to the player he's grown into from when he first came into the league, obviously playing against him and now being with him. And then with, Ray being a rookie, wide-eyed, ready to come in, make plays. We've seen him grow as well. And also you got, Frank Gore, Darrington Evans. Me and Darrington, we're always talking about scheme or anything. Also, compared to old schemes we may have been in, West Coast offense. So it's really been cool because have a melting pot of those guys and just being able to learn off each other. We joke around a lot. When we're in meetings, we're locked in, but when we're on the field, it's all good times. So.
You said it's fun to watch James Cook. He has taken his game to the next level. I feel like every season he's upped it a little bit more. What are you seeing out of this year's version of James Cook?
Honestly, I saw it back in OTAs. I was like, damn, he running. Obviously he was running last year, you know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing, balling out. But even in OTAs, when we were out there practicing on the grass, I was like, damn, he's trying to make a point, you know what I'm saying? And he's really just been balling. He's been running physical too. He was already running physical, but it's you can feel it, you know what I'm saying, when he touches the ball. So I think the eye in the sky don't lie. When you watch film, you see it. So
you are also a physical running back. You add pop to that game when you're in. Is that a mindset? Is that something that's created in the weight room? How do you go into a game, into a rep with the physicality that both you and James bring on the field?
I'm gonna have to go back to like high school. Coach Apple, shout out Coach Apple. He was like, hit that weight when you get strong, you get confidence. Like that's what it is. And now it's realistically, it's hit, don't get hit. You know what I'm saying? If you be the hammer, not the nail. So that's really what it comes down to. The weight room definitely builds that confidence. And then realistically, it's just like, who you gonna choose, you or me? And I was like, I choose me if we, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get hit, so I'd rather inflict it at the end of the day. So that's just what it came down to.
You'd rather inflict it. Describe the feeling of plowing over somebody in a game.
I don't feel like I really have as of like last year or anything. Maybe I did, I don't know, but it's just.
Or just breaking tackles.
Yeah. Breaking tackles is just like, yeah, like I'm a monster. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only feeling you get is like when you can't get stopped. Like, we've seen Ray do it, especially in the Pittsburgh game, when his long run, he's just breaking. I'm like, that's a guy right there. That's a dude. So it just brings an energy to the whole sideline when that happens, you know. So especially when you see Josh doing it, you're like, damn. Like Josh is already big, so when he does, it's like, damn. So it just brings energy at the end of the day.
The first time you saw Josh Allen break a tackle, hurdle somebody, what was going through your mind, whether you were in the game or on the sideline watching that take place?
That shit crazy. Yeah, that's it. But you know, obviously the fans have seen it his whole career here, and then I've seen it being on the opposite side, and now seeing it while being alongside of him, it's just like, this dude's crazy.
I know.
Like, you're like, no, don't do that, don't do that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, that's what you expect. Like, he's a fireball, like he's a firecracker. Like, he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get it by any means necessary. So that's something you gotta love. But obviously, everyone's like, oh, watch out. But knowing him, like, he's going to do whatever to get the job done. So you got to have an appreciation for it, for sure.
It makes me think I just want to watch him play a few defensive snaps, because the way he plays the quarterback position, it's just like, man, get out there as a linebacker or even an edge rusher. I want to watch you get after the quarterback.
Man, I don't even know. I would say, like, I wouldn't mind seeing him at, like, safety, because wrecking havoc. 'Cause, you know, like, seeing the whole field and everything, you know, him as a quarterback, seeing the whole field, like, I think he would wreck havoc. I think he would be a ball hawk, like, if he was at safety. So, I mean, because you don't really see a lot of guys his stature at safety, but that's what I would see him at.
Yeah.
But
maybe in a video game somewhere down the line, Josh Allen can play both sides of the field.
Absolutely.
That would be fun. All right, we've got to talk about your brand, Vay Apparel. You have a new shirt that just dropped. I am rocking it right now. Super, super dope. Around the office, everybody is loving these. It's a fun take on Buffalo and the Bills. How did you get involved in creating merch?
So my best friend Ike, you know, he's the one that originally started Vay and brought me along. I was kind of like the creative director with him, quote unquote. But realistically, like, we were talking, like, we need a Buffalo shirt, man. Like, it's time, because we did a New York shirt of me when I was with the Jets. We did a few other guys that we went to school with. Like, we did DJ Moore when he was in Carolina. We did DJ Turner and with the Raiders, stuff like that. And, you know, and they were selling hot. So we were like, man, like, we need to finally do, like, another one. And we were like, I was like, bro, we got the Mafia. Like, you know, let's do something. And he really just went to town with the design, and it's a dope shirt. Like, you can't deny it. And then, like, since it's the Mafia, we kind of, like, you know, put it around, like, you know, the Sopranos almost, and like mob ties and stuff like that. Because as the shirt says on the bottom, keep your friends close, enemies closer, and things like that. And leading up to the drop of the shirt, we did like a whole like mini series on IG. Like, I end up like having to throw them in my trunk or whatever.
I saw that.
And it was hilarious. Like, and we did a lot of that stuff like first take. So it was like I was looking at him just busting out laughing, because he's actually chained up, and we're like, yo, I was like, can you move? And he was like, nah. And he actually tried getting out, so I was dying. But it was great, and I think the shirt's dope, and we have other shirts coming along with a few other teams and stuff like that. But the Buffalo one was like, this is the first one. We need to get it out. Like, I know the Mafia would like it, and it's a dope shirt. So
how did you add to the design process, the process of getting the shirt out?
It was really just, we had different variations of it, and then just seeing, okay, well, this would look good on this color, vice versa. Okay, do we want to do the outline like this? And then really, as you can see on the shirt, like kind of that like skeleton look, like that's the kind of vibe we're going with. And it was like, okay, like, how do we want it? Do we actually want like look like the mafia, like mob guys on there. And so that's really all it came down to, is just making little switches here and there and just put it out.
It's got a little bit of a Halloween vibe to it too.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
Halloween is right around the corner, which I love. Where can people buy this shirt, Ty?
Bayapparel.com. Go on there. I believe we have my discount code Ty10 on there. So shout out, get out there, get it. You know what I'm saying? We'll get it out to you. And yeah, it's a dope shirt. So
You also have a different brand, Manifest. How did that start?
again, shout out Ike. You know, I kind of wanted to build something around manifestation and, you know, the laws of the universe. So really, I was like, I just want to build something people just feel good when they see the shirt. Like, they're manifesting, they're thinking of the laws of the universe, they attract everything they want to bring into their life. So that's really where it came from. And I like kind of like the brutalist design effect. So I kind of want to put that on there. And then also on like the back of the manifest tees, the first one we did was Statue of David, because I love like the Renaissance era type of artwork and everything. So at the bottom of it, it actually has like history on it, but it's kind of like blurred out. But like if you pay attention to the details a little bit and you read it, like, you're like, oh dang, like that's how it was created, stuff like that. And you know, it's just a beautiful piece, because the Statue of David came from like a horrible piece of marble at the end of the day. So I just think that's a cool way to see how someone saw something beautiful in the bad. So
Where can people get Manifest merch?
bayapparel.com.
All right,
Yeah.
get it all at vayapparel.com. You spoke about the Renaissance era. You said you like their artwork. Do you like more than just the artwork? Are you a history buff?
No, I'm not a history buff at all. Not at all. But really, Statue of David is really my favorite piece. So maybe
Okay.
I'm a flake for it. I don't know, but that's really
No.
my favorite piece. But yeah, like I just think a lot of it's just great. Like you got the Thinker, you have, you know, Statue of David, all that. Venus de Milo, like she's the lady with the arms
Yep.
off statue.
Yep.
So I think that's just beautiful artwork, and I hope to see it one day in person, so I can actually have that connection
Yeah.
to it. You know. So.
You spoke about the reasoning behind Manifest, the brand, manifesting what you're doing. What does that mean to you?
Really, it was after I tore my pec, was waived, went to Florida. You know, I'm by myself in Florida, rehabbing at, you know, Bomberitos with force therapy and stuff like that. And really, it was just like getting my mind right and accepting what everything came with it, and you know, not realizing that this isn't the end for me, and that I was going to come back stronger, and then just manifesting that, like, okay, like I'm coming back strong, I'm going to be on a team, whatever team it is, and I'm going to be on a 53. I know I'm going to start off with P squad, but like it's manifesting like, okay, I'm going to be on 53. I know I'm going to get on the field. I know I'm going to make plays. So just having that affirmation every day, and then even writing before team meeting, like affirmations, no matter what, really that's how it all came together, tied in together.
How hard was it for you to buy into something like that? I mean, you hear about all the time people manifesting, or, you know, put the good things out there, write it down, and it will come true. How tough was that for you to buy into something like that in the beginning?
I feel like it's hard for everyone because you don't really see the quick results. Like you can't just like throw it in the microwave 30
Right.
seconds and it's ready. You know what I'm saying? It's really just having an unwavering belief in it, and just truly just unwavering doubt that it's going to happen. You know, like you don't go into the weight room. You know, everyone has a New Year's thing. Like they go in the weight room,
Right.
they think the first week they're going to see results. Like, no, it don't work like that. So really just sticking to it and just reaffirming everything.
What is Ty Johnson manifesting right now?
Manifesting right now. Just a good time on Monday night. Monday
Love
night,
it.
good time. Just being with the guys, and you know, obviously coming out with a dub. So that's the best thing right now.
Ty, you've got the hair, you've got the piercings, you've got the neck tat. Where does the Ty Johnson vibe come from?
I really don't know. I know we talked about this last
Yeah.
year, like, you know, the little Lenny Kravitz
Yeah.
deal and all that. I really don't know. Like,
What did it start with?
honestly, the hair.
The hair.
It started off the hair because back in high school, Fort Hill High School, Coach Apple, we weren't allowed to have long hair. It was clean cut shave. Like I had a baby face, I didn't have to shave my face. But clean cut, you couldn't have long hair. Any hair that stuck out the back of the helmet. And when I got to college, started growing it out. And then started with, you know, the earrings, and then the nose piercing. When I got to the league, the septum. I already had a good bit of tattoos, and then just adding on to it. And everyone tries to be different, and that's such a like cliche thing. Like I'm just trying to be different, but like it's just trying to have a unique look and feel to how I feel about, you know, I dress and look. So really, like it's so hard to say because everyone says the same
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But yeah, that's where it came from, and I feel like the music, the type of TV I watch, or anything like it all molds me into who I am.
Was the septum piercing tough? Did it hurt?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, that hurt. It was probably worse than some of my tattoos, realistically. But like I have like a soft spot, so it didn't actually have to go through like cartilage because a lot of
Ooh.
people have that. I had a soft spot, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, it was definitely some tears were running down my face for a hot second for
Naturally.
sure. Yeah. So
Are we going to get any more piercings in the future? You're
nah.
done.
Yeah, I got my industrial. That was my last one, and so yeah, I really don't know where else I would put a piercing. Like like I got my ears done, got my face, so I'm good there. I'm good there.
If you had to compare the septum and the neck tat, which one hurt more?
Hmm. Probably the septum because I pushed out and did like numbing cream
Okay.
on my neck, but my stomach definitely hurt. That was probably one of the
Oof.
worst ones I got. My stomach, and then I still have to finish my back up, so like not looking forward to that. But probably my stomach is the worst one. But my neck, like I'm a flake guy, Did the numbing cream and
I
everything.
think
So
anybody would if they were getting their
yeah.
neck
So
tattooed.
I mean, I know a lot of guys who like get put to sleep and get their whole body done. I'm like, it takes out the part of like going to the tattoo shop. So no shade, but disrespectfully saying, can't do that. So
What is the story behind the butterfly on the neck?
it's like a death moth, and for me, like spiritually, moths are attracted to the light, and the light being the word, the Bible. That's how I came with it. So very simple.
Where does all this creativity come from? How you think about life, how you address things, how you manifest things?
I think it just comes down from life experiences, what I'm saying? Like I'm still young, but like, almost 30. I'm 27, 3 more years I'll be 30. So it's just life experiences, from whatever I went through when I was growing up, good, bad experiences, as a teenager, and then, early mid 20s. It really just molds you into the person you are, and I just try to have a positive outlook on everything because and, I'm very grateful for a lot of things because I think about other people's situations or what they may be going through. I'm like, damn, like I'm very, blessed, and I'm very grateful to, live the life I'm living right now because other people don't have that. So that's what I always try to put in perspective because, there's many situations in the world right now that it's like, damn, like, we're blessed. So
You spoke of being grateful. You also pour back into your community in Maryland. You've held your Ty Johnson football camp over summer the last few years. Why did you want to start something like that?
well, being like a guy who, came from Cumberland, Maryland, which no one ever knows where it's at, but it's just
Put it
like
on the map. Where is it
it's
at?
Western Maryland off of
Okay.
68, you know what I'm saying? Close to West V. Actually, I can get to West V in like 5 minutes, but the WVU, you can get there in like an hour, things like that. Pennsylvania, I can get there in like 5 minutes, like the border. So, but really, it's just being an athlete and being an athlete in the league this long. Like I have a platform and being able to give back to kids who aspire to get to just the college level and then eventually to the league. Just being able to give them that affirmation, like you can do it. You got to sacrifice some things, but you definitely got to work hard, and it'll all work out. And just being able to give back to them and give them that hope, that's probably the biggest thing. And then it also like what I'm saying, gets the community together. What I'm saying, a lot of people right after the last camp, they were like, oh, like when's the next one? So planning on even doing like a a 2-day camp, what I'm
Right.
saying, for even the older kids, what I'm saying. So because I feel like they could also like apply, even though they might be junior, senior, they can still apply to their last season or whatever they may learn, and really just trying to instill that mindset of positivity and keep growing as a person, even though you get their whole life in front of them. Just instilling that positivity and telling them they're great and they can achieve great things whether it's on the field or not. You know what I'm saying? So
Instilling that mindset of positivity. You are somebody who enjoys EDM music, which I feel like brings a positive mindset and outlook just based on the beats and what that type of music does to you. When did you start enjoying EDM?
Well, I was already a big John Summit fan, so John Summit's the GOAT right now, for me at least. But I actually went to my first rave with Ike, my best friend, right before Eastern Baltimore. We saw Excision, and like Wooly was there. And like when I told people I was seeing them, they're like, oh, those are like the GOATs of that, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I don't know. So I saw them, like Yuki Sucks was there, and then I forget who was the headliner. It was like a high school kid. I'm like, he's ripping this set. Like, this is crazy. But really, I can't explain, like, such a great time. And like, it just lifts me up and everything. And like, even at that, that Excision concert, like the headliner, he was like, build a wall. And I'm like, what are we doing? And then I could see everyone just part.
Moshing?
Yeah,
Oh,
like, it was
man.
insane. I'm like, being like a running
Yes.
back, I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to run into this and like tear some shit up. Like,
I'd
um,
be like, get me out of this
it
mosh. I'm
was
going to
it was
die.
great. Like, me and my best friend, I was like, what's going on? He's like, let's go to the wall. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, 3, 2, 1. I saw people run. I was like, hell yeah. I just ran straight into it. Great time, great time. But yeah, that music, it just gives me energy, gives me vibes. Definitely enjoy it. Saw John Summit in Toronto in the summer too, so great time. I was hoping to see Fred again. I know Fred again was here.
They were here. They were great.
But it happens. I'll get to see him eventually. But definitely, like, all that is like my vibe before games. Actually, like John Summit, everything John Summit. Where you are, go back, resonate, human, all that, and then a little bit of like Subtronics. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a song with Subtronics and Wooly, Hallelujah, and it's just the craziest drop. And like, every single time it's about to drop, I'll listen to it, and then I'll go to like Josh, or I'll go to like Mike White, or like Alec. I'm like, listen to this, and they were like, damn, like this is kind of crazy. And then yeah, that's all I listen to realistically. And I listen to a little bit of corridos, reggaeton, and stuff, mix it in there because that's like my vibe. But yeah, like, it just gets me amped. Like, I'm ready to go when I listen to that. So
I love that. Are you bringing John Summit to the locker room? Because there's some times where I've walked by after practice and I hear it bumping, and players are walking in the locker room and they're like, "This drop is so good."
yeah, it's Dalton that starts it, because me and Dalton, we both love John Summit. So Dalton always started, and then right when he plays it, like his locker is kind of like right there by mine. Like, he just walks down a little bit, and he just looks at me, he puts his hands up. I'm just like, yeah, like, we're doing this right now. So, and every single time he turns it on, I'm like, turn it up. Or if we're on the practice field, I'm like yelling, turn it up. So, such a good vibe.
I love that. Before we finish, I want to get into the running backs room because it's a great group led by a coach who's been here for so long in Skip. Tell me about Skip. What is he like as a
That
running
face right
backs
there.
coach? Because
Uh,
he just seems like the happiest guy, always has a smile on his face, and has been here for a long time.
yeah, nah, Skip's my guy, man. Like you said, like, he's been around a long time. He's seen a lot of things. But like, he's such a great coach. He's probably one of the best running back coaches I've had, and you know, like, he just knows his stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's been around a long time. He's been around a lot of great running backs. He's seen a lot, and like, he just brings it to the table. Like, no matter what, he'll keep it real with us. But obviously, like, when we do our things, he's like, you did your thing. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's a great dude, man. He's funny. Like, he always has his little ad libs he does when he's like teaching us something. Like, you have to just be in there in the meeting. Like, he has all these little ad libs. Uh, I don't even know. Like,
Can't explain it.
Yeah, I can't explain it. Like, he just has all these ad libs he does, and then when you're on the field, you know what I'm saying, he locks in and everything. But you know what I'm saying, he's a good coach, man. He tells you what to do. He makes sure you understand your job, and just go from then he lets you play. So he just gives you all the answers to the test. Then you just go perform. So he's a good dude.
There are position groups on this team who have 10 plus guys in them. You are a part of a position group who has probably one of the least amount of players within it. What's the unique part about being in a position group where there's not too many of you?
I feel like just the communication, it gets through all of us in the same way, because there's not a whole bunch of guys. Like, you got receivers or anything like that. So a lot of guys, DBs. So being able to have a smaller group, like, we're able to talk in the meeting room, and everyone, like, ears open, eyes up, they hear, they understand, and if there's any questions, we're able to talk through it, and everyone will be on the same page at the end of the day. So I think that's probably one of the best things. And then you build that relationship too when it's just a few guys. We got just us 5 in there, and we like each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good time.
Who's the most interesting guy in the running backs room, or am I looking at him?
It had to probably be me, man. It has to be me.
I think so.
I feel like I'm just like such like a multifaceted person.
Yeah.
That, like,
You're a chameleon.
yeah, like, whatever the vibe is, like, I can adjust to that, and like, I know something about it too. So yeah, it definitely had to be me for sure.
funniest?
Funniest? I, Frank's up there.
Yeah.
Frank's up there, yeah. Frank and Jimbo, they're up there for sure.
What do they do together when they?
It's just like you have to be there. It's just like, he'll just give you a look and it just like sends you, like something might happen or you might say something, he'll just look at you and it's just like, for what? But it's like, I don't know, it's just funny as hell.
Is it that Florida connection that they have going on?
It has to be.
It has to be?
It has to be. There's no other way. It has to be for sure.
Who's the most serious guy in the running backs room?
Most serious? I have to say Ray and Jimbo. Like they be locked in. Like we're all locked in when it comes to the meeting time, but you know, they really don't say much like when Skip's talking and everything. They're just like, yeah, writing stuff. Like Ray's always writing stuff down, what you got to appreciate from a rookie. And then Jimbo,
Totally.
like, you know, being a vet, he's just like looking at Skip. So definitely them two.
Who are you bringing with you when a zombie apocalypse comes in the running back room? Who's protecting you?
I gotta bring them all.
You
I
gotta bring
gotta
them all.
protect them. I gotta
Okay.
protect them.
You're the protector. I get that.
I told him, I was like, we can go to Cumberland, man. We can post up.
No,
we'll be
nobody's
straight.
going there?
Yeah, no one's going there. We'll be straight. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're pretty safe in Buffalo too.
No, for sure. Like it's so funny that you talked about like apocalypse. Like, you know that was the movie called World Gone or whatever it is.
I have no idea.
Or whatever it is. And like right after that, like I kind of got like paranoid and I bought like a whole bunch of like stockpile stuff. So like I got like the water that lasts
got your
already.
bunker ready?
Yeah, like you should see the basement at my mom's crib. Like it's just like endless flashlights, batteries, walkie-talkies, the meal ready kits, like military meal ready kits.
Dang,
like,
Ty.
yeah, no, like I definitely got paranoid for a second, but I was like, I'm tripping. But I
You
was
gotta
like,
bring
maybe
it
I
up
don't
to
know.
Buffalo.
Yeah, I definitely gotta set something up here for sure. But
Get your bunker ready to go.
yeah, I got to.
Okay, one last question. James Cook has had the last couple weeks his inspiring quote of the week, which we have put out on social media. I don't know if you've seen it on social media.
I've seen one of them.
You've seen one of
yeah.
them. What's your take on James Cook lifting everybody up as we head into game day?
Man of few words but real. That's what it is. He's gonna keep it real. You don't talk much, but when he talks, it's the truth. So that's all I can say about him. Like that's all you got from him. But it's real though. So keep going. That's it.
Based on that video and other things that he does, it seems like when you get to know him, when he turns it on a little bit, he seems like one funny dude.
Nah, he is. Like, you got to catch him at the right time and everything, and you're just like, yeah.
He breaks that smile,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're like, oh, we're in for it.
Yeah, yeah. When he starts smiling and laughing, you know it's about to be a good time for sure. Like, I feel like people rarely ever see him smile, but when he does, it's a great time always. So
I love
good
it.
time.
Ty, thanks for sitting down with us. Thanks for telling us about Vay Apparel.
Mm-hmm.
You can get anything, these shirts and more, on vayapparel.com. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you.